thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is Light and Bone Tarot, and I am going to be doing a reading. It's about love and relationships, and it's basically for someone who isn't necessarily with the person they want to be with. Maybe you've broken up, maybe you've never really officially been with them, but you've like messed around a bit. I don't know, but this is if you're not together and you want them back or you want to be together, watch this. So this is really going to give some insight about just kind of like the energy you need to hold, the things they're going to want to see from you, what it would look like if you were to be with them, and maybe like steps you could take to make that happen. So I hope you enjoy it. We have 4 piles here. I'm going to zoom in on this because each pile has like a different little crystal. These are 4 different tarot decks. These cards here are going to be like your signifier cards for the reading, and just pick the deck, the artwork, the color, the crystal, whatever it is that jumps out at you, and this is going to be your pile. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Just go off of the aesthetic, go off of the vibe, and that's going to be your reading. In the comments, or not the comments, in the description, I have the timestamps. So thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you. Goodbye. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. I'm actually very excited to do this reading. I get really excited when readings are about love and relationships. I feel like it's one of my strengths when it comes to reading. So yes, I'm very excited to do this. This is if you're not together and you want them back or you want to be together, this is what it's going to take. And I feel like this is going to be very detailed and fairly direct. So we'll see where this goes. But first, we're going to start off with, this is your pile. This was the card that was laying here on top, and we're going to call this your signifier card. And this is how they see you, who you are to them in a card. And this could be good, bad, otherwise. So this is how they see you. Whether or not you are this person is something different. But okay, yeah. So this is a cat deck too, by the way. Okay, the Empress. So this is one of the best cards. This is someone that you want to be with, that they could see you as. The Empress is pure beauty. She's the ultimate female essence. She is everything that is like, these words sound weird, but like fertile and supple and luscious, like all those kind of like icky words to describe a woman. And that's just the Empress in a nutshell. So this person sees you as almost like kind of, I almost want to say goddess-like, but at the very least, they're very attracted to you and they see you as this beautiful feminine. The downsides of the Empress, I mean, if we have to go there, I would say there's a sense to be like maybe overindulgent, maybe stagnant, like someone who looks very beautiful but just like sits there and does nothing. That's not, I don't think that's how they see you, but this is just like, if I had to paint the other side of the Empress, it could just be this beautiful, dumb creature. Just kidding. There's nothing dumb about the Empress. But that's the flip side, right? That would be like the darkest corner of this card. But I really think in general, they see you as someone who is just a strong, strong feminine. This is a confident, capable feminine. This is like the head of the household. This is someone who calls the shots. It's a great, great card. Okay, so couldn't ask for more there. I am going to put this tarot aside for 1 second, and I took a bunch of oracle cards, and I feel like this is going to be a nice place to jump in with these oracle cards just to get some backstory, and we're going to go with this. So I asked a couple questions when I pull these cards, and this card here is going to represent like that thing that they want from you. This is something they want from you. And I would say this is something that they're probably not getting from you. So let's see what this card is. This is flow. So to me, there's this like, this is a card of like ease, of almost surrendering, of it's someone who is chill, who can be persuaded, who can know when to like shut down an argument. It's someone who's like very easy, and it's not at all like, I don't think it's someone who's a pushover. I don't think it's someone who like concedes to every argument, but I do think it's someone who's just a little more relaxed, a little more, and honestly, this might come with like a little more confidence or calm nature, which is funny because this is very much the Empress vibe. The Empress to me is absolutely chill. They're absolutely someone who goes with the flow. However, I do think the Empress can also completely dig their heels in if they want something. It is that that fierceness that comes along with like that female that knows what she wants and will pursue it, you know, to any detriment. And maybe in a way that is you. Maybe in this dynamic, you do want something so bad, and the things that you want might be pushing this person, maybe more than they're ready. And this might be what they mean by flow here, if this is what they want from you. It is that sense of like, just chill out, let things unfold as they're supposed to, let that like divine timing, let the natural current just kind of take us. So maybe you have been a little bit pushy, or you've been pushing too much for like this structure that would, just give like, maybe you've been pushing a little too hard. Maybe, I'm not sure. And we're going to go into a little bit more here. I'm going to get these two cards. And this is also to me, these are like three kind of like things they want from you. So I'm going to put these on the top. So we've got a bow, which is, I'll have to get into that, a yoke, and a vine. These three things, these are literal things that they want from you. Turning this into like a story or a description. I really do. I think they're very much attracted to you. I think they very much like the way you represent yourself, the you that shows up in a crowd, the you that like presents. I think they're very, very into you. But I do think that, let's say behind the scenes, there's this intensity between you two. Maybe you aren't that like kind of chillaxed person when you're home with them than you are like when you're out and people are watching, or when you're around friends. And I really do think that this person does feel a pressure from you. The yoke is pretty obviously speaking to that. The bow, I do think, speaks to like how the world sees you, how you really are perceived. And it's lovely. And I really think this person, they see you. I think they like you more for who you present on the outside. I really do think they like you, but they just need, I really think they just need a little more time. We'll get tarot in a little bit to get into this, but there could be a path here for you guys. There could be like a genuine direction, but I just think it could be, right now it looks complicated. Right now I do think it's a little convoluted. So I'm going to put these aside because I do think there's more of a message here with these like symbols and the message they represent. But let me put these aside right now, and I want to see, which I always tend to do, I want to see your guys' dynamic wherever you are right now in 3 cards, and this will help me tell a story with the rest of these oracle cards. But let me see where you guys are right now in 3 cards. And this is like, maybe you realize this, maybe you don't, but here you guys are. So we've got the 2 of Swords, which is, it's almost like a feeling of being stuck, like there's a big decision to make. I'll talk about that in a second. So we have Temperance, and we have 4 of Wands. Okay. So I would say right now, like whether you realize it or not, I do think this person is sitting on a pretty big decision. And I don't think it's the kind of decision of like, am I going to propose? Am I not? Am I going to? I think ultimately it could lead to something that big, but I think it's more of like do I go forward with this person? Do I don't want to say deal with all the things they present, but like, do I sign up for this or do I not? And I do think signing up for this for them could lead to quite a bit of happiness with you. I really think that if they did sign up for this, but I also think they know that kind of moving forward with you would mean that there's a path. Like you have a plan. I don't think you're someone who's going to just sit back and like let the weeks turn into months, turn into years, and then in like 2 years have the conversation of what are we? Like, I think if this person kind of comes back to you or allows you to be back with them, that they know that you're going to kind of push them for more. There's going to be something that they have to like sign up for, basically. And maybe this is totally called for. Maybe they've broken your trust, or you're, I'm not saying it's unreasonable, but I'm just saying that this is kind of the decision. And I'll be honest, right now, I think this decision for this person is kind of like, they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. Like, they want you, but moving forward with you, definitely, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna come at a cost to them. There's gonna be something they're gonna have to sacrifice. It's going to be hard on them at times. And yeah, for the better or for the worse. But I also think, and this is the positive thing, this is the Temperance. I really think they are weighing this decision. They're seeing all of who you are. They really, I really think they admire you. I think they think of you as this kind of like goddess-like creature, this person that really could be everything they've ever wanted in a partner, but it is just so totally in their face right now. Like, they really do have to sign up for something. But they could be into this. This Temperance card tells me this could be the balance they needed. Like, what you're asking of them, what you're kind of pushing them into, this could be exactly what they need. And if this tracks, then I do think you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like when you kind of strong arm someone to be faithful, but it turns out they really wanted that. Even if they don't realize it in the beginning, like, they really did want someone to like push them to be committed. That's what I'm seeing from this. And I do think that if you could just go with the flow a little bit, even if it's just on one little point, I really think that could help them like see you as this person who's a little more flexible, maybe not so rigid. And this would be just much more appealing to them. I think it would help them like calm down and see this like kind of balance. Yeah, I think it would be a good thing. So I'm going to take one of these cards, and this card, when I pulled it, I asked the question, what energy ideally do they want you to hold? Like, what is the space that they would love to see you kind of be? So let's see who they'd love you to be. And this is innocent. This is innocent with like a little bit of trickery here. So here's what I'm going to get. Because this card isn't innocent. There's actually a darkness to this card. What I get out of this is, let's say you have been a little bit, I'll say tricky with them. Let's say that you've maybe presented yourself one way, and by one way I mean like maybe you've been acting like you are more relaxed than you are, or maybe you tell them one thing and your friends another. Like, whatever it is, I do think that they might feel like they can't trust you. And I don't mean like I don't feel like it's in a, like, would you do something with someone else that you guys found untrustworthy or inexcusable. What I mean is, like, when you look them in the eye and say, I'll do this, I'm ready for this, I won't do that again, I promise I'll think about things a little differently. Like, do you mean it? I just don't know that they trust your word in this regard. I feel like this is a pretty easy thing to recover from, because you just basically have to say something and follow through on it. You have to show them that you are willing to go with the flow. And maybe this is it. Like, maybe in the past you've said something like, I promise I'll ease up on that. I promise I won't bring that up. I won't harp on that. I'll find another way to, like, another angle to look at that from. And then you haven't. You've brought it up again one night later or whatever. So I think it's just that, like, maybe they don't trust that you're going to be as chill as you say you're going to be. That's what I get out of this card. So they do. They want someone who is very reliable to their word. And again, I can't, like, stress how easy this is to do. This really is just you committing. If you say something, just truly commit to it. And it can be something so simple like, I promise not to bring up that person or that event for like a whole month, and then push that month out to a whole year. But, like, really, just don't bring it up under any circumstance. Don't bring it up. Something like that, where maybe you've broken this small little pact in the past. And it's funny because when I say all this out loud, I do feel like this is, like, there's something very, like, almost sexist about this reading. Like, this is all about, like, the woman that has to make the guy feel like she, is cool and easygoing and like doesn't want the commitment. That's really not the vibe here. I think you absolutely want the commitment. I think your person knows you want the commitment, and that's okay, but there just has to be like, they have to see what's in it for them, basically. Like, they can't just commit to you because it's what you want. Like, they really have to see what's in it for them. And I think they have to reach this point on their own, because whatever tactic you were using before, it really wasn't working for them. No matter how pretty or pleasing or sexy or desirable you are, it really doesn't matter. And you are those things. And I think you're, I'm sure you're lovely. I actually am sure that you're intense. I'm sure you're used to getting what you want. And maybe even a part of this is they think there's a little bit of a game involved for you. Like, this could be the innocent piece here. Like, they don't even necessarily know if you're ready for this commitment or this thing or this like next level. So I just think there's a lot of showing up that has to be done on your side. So I want to see how your person feels about you. My hands are wet from that can. I want to see how your person feels about you in a couple cards, and then we'll get also some more oracle on this. So let's see how they're feeling about you right now. The Star and the Hangman. So we have 3 major cards. I always pull major cards. It doesn't surprise me. It's just they're always somehow at top of my deck, no matter where I pull from. Okay. So this is just the first message I got, so I'm going to go with it. It's not really like a nice thing to hear. But I almost feel like they think you would wait around for them no matter what. I do think, and this is the first card I've pulled that makes me think that your person might be a little more difficult. That maybe you're not the only problem here. Maybe they have some stuff they need to work on as well, because I do feel like they think that you're going to be here for them if they drag their heels on this, if they decide that I think they really know that you care for them. I think they really know that you like things that they have, whatever that is, and that you're willing to put up with a lot. I don't know that you really are, but I think that's something they think. And this might be because maybe you haven't been totally honest with the things you've said in the past, which shows that you can like flip the script and change the situation to suit you, versus like, oh, you didn't do what you said you would do, and now I'm really leaving, or now I really won't engage or talk to you or whatever until I get XYZ. I feel like you've made things a little unstable, that they just don't. It's almost like there's a little bit of a game here, but I don't think this is a game. I think they really do care about you. I think they're really trying to figure out if you're someone they want to like go the distance with. And they do. They see you as just a bright, beautiful star. I mean, they really do. And this goes back to the Emperor. So this tells me that this person is, I could even say, smitten with you. Like, they're very much, they see you as someone who holds so much potential, so much, you're capable of so much, you are lovely, but you're also fierce. Like, I think they see you as someone who like almost could make their dreams come true in a way. Like, you really, as a couple, you guys can be very successful, very powerful, very like, just one of those beautiful kind of like power couples. Like, just something that people look at and they're like, wow, those people really, they go well together, they have fun together, they seem to like treat each other with tons of respect, they're lovely to look at, their kids are stunning, like whatever. So this is interesting because it's a mix here. So I guess you would really just have to show them, almost like, not entirely call their bluff, but I just feel like they need to know that you really wouldn't just wait around indefinitely. Like, this person does have a decision to make, but you also have to show them that, you know, you're willing to put the work in as well. So it's just a little bit of both of you. But you don't want this to drag out for another however long to just be back in the same situation. So 2 more cards. This one is going to be, if you guys get back together, what can you look forward to? Like, what is it that, like, what will it look like? And this will be like the good card of getting back together. and it should totally be positive, but it should be pretty unique. And then this is if you don't get back together, what's that going to look like? And what would be the ultimate good that could come of that? Because who knows, this might not work. I mean, I want it to, and if you want it to, I want it to. And if this is the true story on the table here with the cards, then I think it absolutely could work. But it does seem like both of you are going to have to kind of go beyond a little bit of a comfort zone. And I just think I really think it could get tensionous, but I think that could also be fun and exciting and a great growth opportunity for you guys. But I think there will be a bit of calling someone's bluff where you might actually have to be like, look, this is it. This is truly what I need. Like, it's not a game. I'm not trying to see if I can capture you, but I really need this and want this. And if you can't do it, then I am going to leave. I really think that kind of vibe from you is going to go a long way, which is totally opposite of going with the flow. I get that. But this conversation comes up at the right time. This conversation, I feel like, happens after you have shown them that you don't just want to check a box with them, which would be some next level in the relationship. You love and care about them for who they are, and you can relax knowing that you guys are indeed in a good place currently. But yes, I think when things start to advance and you really specifically ask for something, you're going to have to be prepared to back up your action or your threat or whatever. But okay. So this is what it's going to look like if you guys do get together. And this is embracing. This is like super beautiful. This card is lovely. It's like a crane in the sunset. And I think it would be magic if you guys made this work. There's so much beauty here. There's so much like light, and it just looks like this card's been like blessed. So I really think that the two of you I see this path of like just learning together, and there'd be like struggle. It would be hard. It would be tense, but I just think that you would really embrace each other and you would grow together, and I just think it would be magical. So I love seeing this card for what could happen if you guys did get back together. This is now, if something doesn't work for whatever reason, and who knows when this card would even present itself, but whenever that did happen, and I hope it never does if you don't want it to, but if for some reason this really doesn't work, this is what you could also, I guess, just look forward to if things didn't work out. Okay, so we have faith in the process. I mean, this is pretty much a dark card. So I'm just going to say that I really think things are going to work for you. I really do. I think you have kind of like a homework here or something you need to strive for. But let's say that this doesn't work for you. I think it's going to be hard on you. I really do. I think it's the healing process, possibly the broken heart. It's going to be very hard. There would be something that you would get out of it. I think you would emerge much stronger with things that you never could have imagined you would have if you didn't go through this. So I really think that ultimately you might even be in a better situation than if you did stay with this person. Like, there's nothing to say that if this didn't work out, you wouldn't be happier for it in X amount of time. I just think that it really would be a process for you, and it would be a whole like healing slash like spiritual journey that would kind of show you things that only the depths of like a broken heart would show you. I don't want that for you, and it does not sound like fun. However, I guarantee there would be a time where you would be like, I would not take that back. Like, I wouldn't change the past. So although this isn't exciting, I guess also it means like you 100% would have the strength to get through this. Like, you would absolutely be fine. It would suck for a minute, but you would absolutely be fine. But this whole story here, you guys, I see you guys, and I really do see you as two people who are fiercely attracted to each other, who really like and care for one another, I feel like your guy, I'm just going to say, is someone who does need a little prodding, but also needs to feel like it's on their terms. Like, they're the ones, controlling the strings of the relationship. And honestly, they see you as such a top bitch that it doesn't even matter if you let them think that they're the ones in control, because they don't see you as someone they could ever walk over. The only closest inclination to that is the hangman, where I wouldn't say they think they have you wrapped around their finger. I just think they think you'd never leave them unless things got really bad. But yeah, this is just a little small FYI, but they see a lot of potential with you. Yeah, so okay, I am not going to rehash every card, but I hope you liked this reading. It is absolutely positive, and I hope it portrayed that way. If it struck a chord at all, or if it tracked, please comment. I would love if you'd also subscribe to my channel, like this video. These things help me a lot as I try to grow my channel. So thank you so much for listening this far, if you're even here. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you again. Goodbye. So much for being here and letting me read for you. This is Light and Bone Tarot, and we are doing a reading on love and relationships. And this reading is basically, if you're not together with this person that you want to be with and you want them back, or you really want to be with them, this is like what you would need to do, the energy you would need to hold. So this is really about someone that you are thinking of right now that you want to get back together with, or you really want to be with. So this is your deck that you picked, and that's your little stone. This is the card. I'm just going to jump right into this. This top card is how they see you. This is the signifier card for the deck, and this is how they see you. It might not be how you see yourself. You might not even know that they see you this way, but this is how they see you right now. So this might be telling. Okay, so Ten of Swords. This is telling. This is, in general, the Ten of Swords is a heavy card. It's a card, I would say it's dark, and it definitely looks dark. It's a card of endings. It's a card of betrayal. It's a card of like closure, of finality. It's a pretty rough card. So I would say this could go two ways, just because this is the first card I'm turning over. I don't have much of a I don't have any backstory yet. I would say they either see you as someone who really is negative, which you probably aren't, but for whatever reason, they might see you this way, or they right now don't see this going anywhere. They see this relationship not going anywhere. We're going to get a bunch of cards to turn over that are going to give you hope, and they might totally counteract this. But right now, just things aren't looking too strong for you guys. Like, we're really, I'm going to have like directions of what you could do to make them see you differently and make them kind of feel you a little bit differently. But yeah, this is definitely and if this is a card about them seeing you, like, if you appear to be somewhat of like a downer, or someone who just is negative, or maybe like a little too sarcastic or possibly bitter, then this would be like, I don't know, maybe you needed to hear this. I don't know. But okay, I'm gonna put this aside right now, and I've got some oracle cards that I pulled over and gave a title to. So we're gonna try to figure out how to turn this over, because I don't really have a positive way. I can't really assign anything positive to this, but we're going to have a positive reading. I really hope. And okay. This card here is, this is what they want from you. So this is going to be something they want from you, and this could everything I'm going to tell you could totally derail and turn this card, like just burn this card right up. So this is what they want. Jesus. Okay, this card is dark and it's death. This is so bizarre. What is this? We're going to need more information on this. Why is this like such a heavy message here? What could this possibly mean? What the hell could this mean? I'm laughing because it's so bizarre, and because these cards aren't here to tell you like a mean story. That's not the point of the cards. That's not the point of tarot. And that's not the energy I put into tarot. So when I pull these cards, there's a positive message here, and I guarantee we'll find it. As crazy as these two cards are, I guarantee we'll find it. And in some like fucking twisted way that you probably don't want to hear, maybe this is a message like you need to let this relationship go. Maybe that's really the point here, and that is not a message I wanted. But I guarantee this isn't about death. And I don't know, but right now I'm going to say this person wants you to let things go. They want you to release something. They want you to see something through. Maybe they want you to release them. Maybe they want you to free yourself of something. But it's like, I almost see the death card as like a rebirth. There has to be a change. There has to be like something has to be put to rest. And maybe you are in a space that is heavy or dark, and this person needs that to change. Like, they can't deal with that aspect of your energy or being or life anymore. And you know what? Maybe you're not ready to change that. Maybe you should not change that for anyone. Or maybe they're right. It's time to turn over a new leaf. I don't know, but it could be any of those very kind of dark and sad scenarios. So onward. Okay, these are 3 things also that they want from you. These are kind of like things. So I hope these are all positive. We're going to tell a story with these. So, okay, frying pan, which is trouble and accusations. Wreath, sorrow over a loss. And wall, misunderstandings. Very, very, very heavy. So, very heavy. And so totally not where I saw this going, and not anything I ever would have picked for a reading about love or relationships. But again, please do bear with me. We are going to turn this around. I've had this happen before, and there's always something in the end. So just all the more reason to see this through. Okay, I'm going to make this about you, even though I have no idea if that is out of line for your scenario, for your situation. I think maybe there's like a darkness or a weight that you've been kind of carrying, and probably or possibly rightfully so. But I think in this dynamic, for that to work with this person, you would have to start releasing that. You would have to either deal with this loss or this pain on your own and come back to them, or you'd have to like really set it free, or you'd have to like speak to a therapist. You'd really have to find a way. They need you to deal with it, but not put it on them, or not ask something of them, or not have it be like the shape or the theme of your guys' dynamic. Really not. This could go so ways, and I'm going to keep this as a reading about love and relationships, and not about like how to deal with whatever pain you're in, because who knows. And if you're really not, and none of this tracks, you know what, pick another card. This is a very unique reading, and I don't want to make this reading fit anyone's scenario, because I think it's only for a very select few out there. But if this is your reading, it's your reading. If not, then then please pick another card. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay, but I do think if this is speaking to you, I do think that they really want and need to see you move on. I want to see your guys' dynamic right now in 3 cards. And we might get 3 like incredibly loving, devoted cards. Excuse me, goodness. Let's see your guys' dynamic in 3 cards. So 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and the High Priestess. I think, so I think you guys know each other pretty well. I think you guys have a history. I think you guys possibly together have experienced something traumatic, and I don't want to go into how dark or heavy it could be. I'm just going to say traumatic. That could mean like something not so bad in the end, but it still stressed you guys out and wreaked havoc on your relationship. Or it could be something much worse that also ended in wreaking havoc on your relationship. So I'm just going to say a traumatic event that really got to you guys, like destroyed your core, yet I believe you guys do still very much love and care for each other. I really do. I think together you've experienced something which does kind of paint the picture of loss. There's sorrow there. There's a grieving. There's kind of like this need to walk away from it. But I do think there was also this time with you guys where there was extreme passion. There was so much possibility. There was excitement. There was this sort of endless opportunity. Like anything could have happened for you guys. And I will say the High Priestess card gives me hope in the sense that like there's still nothing's done yet for you guys. Even if you aren't together, even if things have to change, I don't think there's this like, if you guys did get back together, the relationship would probably have to look and feel and function very differently. It would probably have to resemble nothing of the previous relationship. But I do think in a very weird way, and I can't say why because these cards are almost pushing me otherwise, there is a feeling here that you guys could do this. It would just have to look very different than what you had in the past. And that's a good time for this card, which I've assigned the meaning of what do they want to see from you? Like, what would be the energy they want you to embody? I think if you guys were to be able to try again or get back together or start over, like whatever that would be, what do they want from you? And so this is warrior. And there's so much here about like strength, commitment, seeing something through, not giving up, like just that kind of iron will strength. Warriors are, I mean, let's just say they're rare. Like not everyone can be a warrior. Not everyone has it in them, like the mental fortitude, the physical attributes. Like this is something, it's almost like saying they would need you to do the almost impossible to make it work, but it is, there's a chance for it. There are warriors. You could be this person, but it would be someone you would have to call on yourself in a way that might sound terrifying. Or you know what, maybe you're totally ready for that. Maybe you're so ready to totally transform yourself. So maybe this reading also too, again, if you're still here and it's tracked at all, is about you overcoming a situation or a past event or a grievance or something and making this or another relationship work in the future. And how would that have to work? And I think for this relationship or any relationship, you would have to take on this like strength and this, again, this like will, this intense mind control and just overcome. And I really think that would knock out all of this other chaos. But as for this line, if this is the person you want, I really do see potential here with this High Priestess card. There's this, almost like there's this spiritual essence. Something could guide you. If you wanted this bad enough and you put the work in this mystical way, the universe could probably have your back and make this work. It could happen. It's not out of the question. And I think the good thing is if you guys did get back together and made this work, it would be because you've transformed and you've changed, which means that whatever this pain here is, whatever this darkness, whatever this death card represents, it would be, you'd be done with it. Like you guys would truly be starting fresh. So I don't think it would be easy, but I think it's something you could do. Like a warrior, like a badass, but it's more than just like that, like hot girl summer vibe. It's like, it's a real thing. It's like pulling from the depths of your soul. It's meditation. It's visualization. It's studying something. It's really giving it your all. But you'd probably be up for that. I want to see how your person sees you right now in 2 cards. Like, what's their, what are their, I don't want to say their thoughts of you, but like, how do they see you? Let's see how they see you in 2 cards. So 7 of Wands. This is actually someone who's courageous. This is someone who's capable. This is someone who will pursue what they want. This is really someone who will stop at nothing. This is fire. This is action. This is devotion. So this is very, very hopeful. This means they really do see you as, you're not going to let anything overtake you. There's a strength in you, and you are going to get what you want in the end. So whether that's them, whether that's happiness, whether that's a certain relationship, whether that's freedom, peace, whatever it is, you will absolutely get it in the end. And justice. So again, another message saying what you want, what you're supposed to have, where the path you're supposed to be on, you will get it. You will see to it that you got it. I think they see you as a very good person. I think they see you as someone who is quite deserving of the not what has happened to you, but what you want and what you want for your life moving forward. I think that they see you as someone who's absolutely going to go after it. And this is important because this is, if you are carrying this like negativity or this energy that is very hard for other people to take on, it's almost not really authentically you, because if these cards are you, these cards trump this. This is like authentically in your core, you're very strong. You're very capable. You see things like through a clear lens. You're not letting like other influences like shape things. It is a very, very positive, very strong, just very courageous way of being. So I like that they see you this way. This is very strong. Okay, so we're gonna keep going with this, but I might save these two cards because these cards to me are what it would look like if you guys got back together, and then if you don't, what you can like rest assured in. What would that look like? But I want to see your near future first in 3 cards because I want this to be something that can give you clarity. I mean, if you're still here watching this, okay, so this is 3 cards for your near future. Oh my gosh, we have the Death card. So this is absolutely new beginnings. Things are changing for you. So let me get 2 more cards and I'm going to talk about why this is good. Because 10 of Pentacles, beautiful, beautiful card, and the Emperor. Okay, here's the thing. I have always in tarot loved the Death card. I love the Death card and I love the Tower card because they're change, they're new beginnings, they're one door closing, another open. They don't, to me, have anything to do with death because, like I said, that's not how I read. That's not the energy I put into my readings. So for me, when the Death card comes up, it means there is going to be a change. Something is going to like end and not start up again. This is whatever you want to put to rest. This is it. This is the card saying you can bury whatever you want. This is not a tarot deck. This is a different kind of deck. So the energy of this card to me is like, it's a little different, but it also doesn't mean death. It means stillness. It does, again, mean putting something to rest. It might mean like canceling something. So that's the energy there. Your near future, what you can look forward to, absolute transformation, absolute new beginnings. Like this is that card of change. Like what you want, what you no longer want to deal with, this is you being like, it's done. I've killed it. I no longer want to feel that. I'm never going to feel that again. I no longer want to like approach something from this angle or think about it like this. I won't ever do that. 10 of Pentacles is so beautiful. It's all about family. It's inheritance. It's like having this stability, this solid grounding under your feet and having all your hard work pay off. It is very much like if you've put work into something mentally, physically, emotionally, like financially, this is the card to say like, you're getting there. This is like the pinnacle of the pentacles. You will achieve this thing you've been working towards. And you know, like justice will prevail for you as well. This is also a message. So very, very positive message here. And the Emperor, this can go to my kind of warrior. Like you will be truly stepping it up. You will have everything in order. You will have things, there will be this fairness, like things will be, I just think things are going to feel very secure and safe, and you yourself are going to be replaced with like a very strong, almost unrecognizably like strong energy or persona. So yeah, there's definitely this very exciting rebirth that is going to be coming your way from this very unique reading, very, very unique reading. Okay, and so 2 more cards, and they're going to be good ones. If you get back with this person, if you care, like whatever that means, I think this is in a card what it's going to look like, and it's illumination, which I suppose you can see. You know, even this card has this sort of like watercolor essence to it. It's a little blurry, but it's also, it's that reflection. There is this light. There's still this beauty in this card. It tells me that there would still be like a journey and a path, but you'd be taking it with someone. You wouldn't be alone. You would be in this together. But there's like a hope. There's absolutely a feeling of rebirth to this card. It's kind of like there'd be this winter season, and then after winter comes summer. Like this is the hope of like, yes, you would get through this. You would have this just kind of rebirth together. And it would be illuminating. It would shed the light on so many things. It would be a lovely, beautiful, cleansing, healing process. Okay. So this is if things worked out the way you wanted and you were back with this person, that's what it would look like. It's beautiful. It's not exciting necessarily. Like this isn't like an over the top, like, and then you guys would travel the world together. Like, it doesn't give me that energy. It gives me an energy of healing, of clarity, of like peace, of tranquility, which would probably be something you would seek and be happy about. So that's great. And this is like, if this doesn't work, if this wasn't meant to work, if it's time for you to go in your own direction, here's you also. Be the hunter, not the hunted. And for me, this is entirely, again, it's a card of strength. It is a card of like, nothing will affect you or get to you. I don't want to say ever again, like you're not going to be numb. You're still going to feel things, but there is just this power. It's just another card of power. It's like the warrior. It's like the emperor. It is just pure knowledge and wisdom and strength. There's this kind of like this evolved kind of lifted presence. Like you would be this new person in a way, this new, like you've been touched by something, and it would be a new version of you that is stronger, wiser, clearer. I mean, there's such a spiritual like energy that comes off of the owl, and there's just something so wise, and so like owls are like always regarded as this just, like if you see an owl, it's a gift basically. So I don't have all the verbiage for this card right in front of me, and even if I did, I wouldn't read it right now, but it is a message of there's something positive here. There's hope. There's this like, you'll be okay. And yeah, so this is your reading. I hope it, if you're still here, then I hope you got something out of it. I'm sorry if it did track, because there's a lot here, but I do see this very solid, secure, like beautiful future coming to you. So yeah, I hope this meant something and you got something out of it. And thank you very much. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel, like, comment, any way you can interact helps me very much. So thank you, and I hope to see you again for another reading, a more positive one. Goodbye. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading about love and relationships, and the theme is if you're not together and you want them back, watch this. So this is going to give you insight as to what they want from you, how they see you, and what getting back together would look like. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. The last reading was so heavy that I feel like I'm still kind of like recovering from it. So anyway, okay, this top card it was the card that was in this position, and I'm calling this like the signifier card, which for this reading, this is how they see you. So whether or not you're aware of this, like this is how they see you right now, who you are to them. And this is the devil. God, on the last reading, this came up as death, which has nothing to do with dying. So let me just say again, because you probably didn't watch the last reading, and oh my gosh, if you did and I said pick another pile, then this is kind of hilarious. When my readings they're positive. Like I go into this with like a very light, positive energy. So there's nothing about like demonic presences or death or anything. There's just, it has nothing to do with that. So please, like, don't look at it like that. Okay. If your person sees you as the devil, they don't actually think you're the devil. And for the sake of this reading and how I read, that would never be the case. But they might see you as having a trait that is not ideal. So perhaps, maybe you're dealing with like an overindulgence, a light addiction, a heavier addiction. Maybe you're spending too much. Maybe you're, even like not loving yourself or not treating yourself or not taking care of yourself. Like these are all sins in a way. So, and I don't know anything about the Bible really, but I just know that these are traits that I would associate with the devil card. So there's something you're doing that they really don't like. I won't even go so far as to say they don't respect it. I just think that they don't want this from you. This is an energy they don't want you to hold. Okay, but we're not going to harp on that because this is, I'm going to put this over here. This is going to get a lot better, trust me. Okay, so I pulled some oracle cards that are going to help with this reading. Okay, this is like what they want from you, an energy that they want from you. And trust. Okay, so if they see you as the devil and the energy and they want from you trust, maybe you broke their trust somehow. Maybe you did something that was like below bar. It could have been anything from like, obviously, like cheating or being unfaithful or lying, or maybe like an element of sneakiness, or maybe protecting someone that, I don't know, so many examples could be given, but this is what they want from you. They want trust. Whether they want you to trust them or whether they want to be able to trust you, I don't even think it matters, but this is altogether like trust has to enter a relationship. And when I see the trust, I think of it a lot with like your spoken word, like what you say. They want to be able to trust what you say. If you say you're going to do something or not going to do something, they want to know that that's the truth. And this tells me this person does really care about you. They want this. Like they want whatever this is to change. So this is actually quite hopeful to me, because this wouldn't come up if it wasn't something they actually wanted. It's a lot more positive than it sounds. Okay, these are 3 cards, and this is also 3 things they want from you, and we will figure out what these are. So we have a pail, we have a kangaroo, and we have a bowl. I really think this is like, they want the honesty out of you. They want to know that like they can, almost like in order to plan a future with you, they really need to know that they can rely on you, that you can be counted on, that if you say something, it is 100%. And I do think that you guys did have this at one time. I think there was trust between you at one point. I just think that right now, for whatever reason, and who knows, maybe they broke the trust first and then you did something that was like just as bad as what they did, and it just made everything that much more fucked. Like, but I do feel like this is being put on you more than them. But whatever, either way, I think they're saying like, look, if you want us to be together, if you want this to work, and I actually do think they would like it to work with you. I really think they would. They have to be able to trust you. So anyway, if you say something, they have to be able to trust that it's going to happen, or it's never going to happen, or that you mean it, or you own it. Yeah. And you're so not the devil, but they definitely feel strongly about you in one regard. Okay, so actually I'm going to get another card to see another card, how they see you. Because the devil card is so harsh, and I want to counteract it or give something else. So they also see you as the 5 of Swords. Okay, so you've betrayed their trust, okay? 100% you've betrayed their trust. I don't know what else to say. They need to trust you. I'm not going to keep pulling cards because I'm just afraid of what's going to come up at this point. But yeah, you've done something to... And who knows? The 5 of Swords can be... I mean, it is trickery, though. It is absolute deception. It doesn't mean that things weren't misunderstood. It doesn't mean that your intentions weren't good. It doesn't mean that you actually didn't do this and they swear that you did. You know, I don't know the details, but anyway, I've said enough about trust and what they want from you. Okay, I want to see how they see you right now. And this reading is going to be uplifting. It is going to get better. I don't know why these last 2 have been so heavy, but okay, this is how they see you. So we've got 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, and okay, this is quite good. It's really good. They see you as someone who they know you'll put the work in. They know you'll do this. They know that like if you want something, you will go after it. And I really think they see themselves as the person or the thing that you would do almost anything for. I really think they believe in you. I think they know that you truly have like a great love and respect for them. I think they know that they get to you, that they affect you, that you are affected by them. But I mean this in a good way, in a way where there's like a genuine care and love and respect. I think they respect you. They see that you're good. Like, whatever this is, I really don't think this doesn't define you. Right now, this may be kind of like the energy, but in general, they see you as someone who will do whatever it takes, who wants to live like this good life, who wants to be strong. And the Seven of Wands is like someone who will go after what they want. It is someone who pursues the things they want. It's this fierceness. It's actually a very positive card, even though there's this like snarling lion on it. It's like, it's defending what's yours. It's standing up for yourself. There's this strength and like, I want this, I'll do it, it's mine, I'm going after it. It's a passion, like, and they respect this about you. And then for the Seven of Pentacles, it's putting the work in, it's doing it. There's so much like, there's just so much respect here. And then for the Spirit of Cups, like, it is really owning who you are, knowing who you are, being sincere, being in touch. Like, it is someone who wants to be honest, who wants to like know themselves and know others. This is like a genuine interest in being authentic. And they know that you really do want to be authentic. If you're going to be in a relationship and be connected to someone, you don't want there to be any of this. Like, you really want it to be the real thing. And whatever's happened, they really do see you as a stand-up person. So I think there's definitely a beautiful message here. If not beautiful, there's a very positive message here. Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to get this card right here. And this card is like, this is, I guess, what they would want from you. The energy that they really need from you. Like, this is what they want to see from you, I guess, if things are really going to work. And that's funny because this is Jester. And the Jester is definitely a trickster. The Jester is actually very smart. The Jester is actually one of like the people behind the master plan sort of thing. The Jester is a very misunderstood character. That is so funny. And it's almost like there's this little double head on the Jester. I'm going to say this. I think they want you to be yourself, to be who you are. I don't think they want you to be who they want you to be. They want you to be who you are, to own your essence, to own, maybe you're not, there's just this message of like, I'm not saying you're phony in any way, that's not it, but I'm trying to think of like a nice word to say, maybe you're not living your totally authentic self. Maybe they see this potential in you, they see who you are, they see it, but like there's something to say. Or it could mean they just want the games to stop. I mean, then there's that. Like, I don't know, but this card is either like they want you to really start being more honest and authentic with yourself, whatever that is. If you're someone who likes to do things this way and live life like this and be painted with this brush, then fine, own it, do it. Or look, I want a little bit more seriousness from you. I don't want you to always feel like you're plotting and planning. This isn't a game. We're not on stage here. This is like a real life thing. It's one of those, and I am sorry that I can't pinpoint that energy. It's hard sometimes when intense cards are behind a message, because I never want to go into a darker meaning of something. Like, I always want to try to keep it hopeful and interesting. So I'm not exactly sure what to say about this, but it is one of those two meanings. I'm going to ask the spirit and the deck what this person really does love about you. What do they see as being like your redeeming features and qualities? So let's get some things here, because we need to like get this going from a positive. Okay, Innocence of Cups. I do like that. That's like the Page of Cups. Spirit of Pentacles. That's very sweet again. Okay. And the Movement of Cups. Okay. So there is a lot of like sweetness and sincerity. I think they see you, and this answers this for me. They do see you as a very good person. They see you as someone who wants to be authentic, who wants to be sincere, who wants to make people happy, who wants to be like very connected to their emotions. And they also see you as someone who is, or not only see, but this is what they love about you. You are actually quite stable. You go after what you want. You pursue what you want. You are capable of supporting yourself. You are very much like, this is like the King of Pentacles. There's this strength in you, this kind of endurance. But it comes along with someone who's also very bright, very stable. But then they also do see this kindness in you. And again, this almost, I wouldn't go so far as to say true innocence, but there is this sweetness to you. And you know what? Maybe you do wear a mask that is a little bit tougher, a little bit more insincere, a little harder to read. Maybe they would like you to drop that mask. Maybe they've known you for a very long time and they know it's not really you. Or maybe you're kind of like playing a role to fit in somehow, or you have a job or a career that you're quite successful in, but it kind of has shaped you in a way that they don't love. There's a big message of that. But I think looking at this big picture, if you're still here, there is a message like they want to see the sweeter, kinder, softer, less, like there's the part of you that doesn't plot, that doesn't plan, that doesn't, not everything needs to be like broken down and analyzed. If this reading even makes sense at this point. But you guys, I mean, there is a very tricky dynamic between you guys. I want to know what you see in this person, to be honest. I don't dislike this person, but I do feel like they're picking you apart in a way that's like, it might even be like mind fucking you a bit. Like, well, who are you? Are you this, I don't want to say jokester, but are you this person over here who's a little tougher, a little bit more of like communicating through jokes, or you're going to get more achieved in an argument and you're going to state your point more in an argument than you will over like tears with a friend. Like, I get that. And I like that vibe for a relationship, actually. I just don't know. I don't know if this is the right person for you. I really don't know. But I want to know what you see in this person. Okay, death. If this freaking death card comes up one more time. It's not about death. It's not about death at all. It's about rebirth. It's about regeneration. It is about change. It's about hope. It just has the word death associated with it. 9 of Wands. And the Sage. Okay. I'm just going to go out on a limb here. And I feel like if I was like a more popular, if I had a bigger channel on YouTube and there were like, thousands of people watching this reading could be like beautiful and controversial, but my fear is that it's just going to hit like 3 people and they're going to be like, this chick's crazy. But I'm just going to say what I feel in these cards because why not? I asked, what do you see in this person? And I'm going to say what I get in the cards, and I don't think you're going to love it. I actually think that to you, this person is like, I feel like maybe they look good on paper. I feel like they might be someone that your parents or your family would love. I feel like they would kind of complete the ideal for you. There's something like idealistic about them. I think that they could show you, although I think you're very successful. So when I say this, or you're climbing the path, like I think you are very capable of making quite a bit of money and being very successful in your own right. But I still think this person could show you other opportunities. Like they could kind of ease a pain or a burden for you. They could give you something, and I feel like there's this monetary piece to it. I think you have them on a pedestal. I think you think they're great and wonderful. I honestly don't know that they are. If I'm being honest, I'm not. This reading is it's tricky for me. This reading is like, I want to ask the question of, why do you want this person back so bad? Because initially, sure, it was kind of like, okay, maybe something happened. But the more this reading unfolded for me, I just can't see that this person is, I don't know, I just feel like they're pushing you to like either grow or evolve quicker than you want to or should. It's like they're just asking a lot from you, and I don't even know that it's happening in a way or a pace that you're even like interested in or ready for. However, I do think you want things that this person can give you or show you or introduce you to. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what to say about this, but it's not for me to say. I have two more cards. This one is, okay, if you guys do get back together, if you form a relationship, what will it look like? And then this is, if you don't get back together, if things don't actually work out, why that's okay and what that will look like. So if you guys get together, we have openness, which is not a bad card at all, so we'll take it. Oh my God. It could be pretty illuminating. It could show you things. It could reveal things. It could also say that a lot would be revealed that maybe you didn't know was there, and that could be good or bad. Not bad, but it could be good or great, or just okay and not so great. I don't know. There's this kind of like anything could happen, and you can interpret that any way you want. I'm not saying I don't think this would be a good connection, but just the word openness is like, I think it would be an experience. I think it would be, you would learn a lot, you'd be shown a lot. It would be eye-opening, whatever that means. This is if you guys don't wind up getting together, if things don't work out, this is what you can look forward to. And this is new birth, guarded vigilantly. Guarded vigilantly. This is a positive message, a very positive message. And when we have like the death card here and the devil card and all these, this tells me if things don't work out with this person, you get to reemerge vigilant. You get to be whoever you're supposed to be, whoever you want to be. You get to take care of yourself, protect yourself. It's your world. This card's black and white, but then there's these like, mainly these hints of green. It's kind of like sepia. And this to me is like this possibility, this richness, there's this kind of spiritual, like you will be protected. Things will be, almost like trust in the process if this doesn't work out, like trust that it wasn't supposed to if it doesn't. I'm going to end this reading here. I got to say, this reading and the one before, I really don't know what to say about it. This wasn't exactly how I saw these readings going. I thought they were going to be a lot more warm and fuzzy, as my readings tend to be. But every now and then things do just, I don't know, and maybe there's like a heaviness going on in the world. We are definitely, there's a lot going on in the world, and there's a lot of weird energies, and maybe people everywhere are picking up on it, and everyone's like stressed, or there's a different weight placed on everyone for different reasons. I don't know, but it does feel like that. It feels like there's a weight here. Same with the last reading, and it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just a phase in the moon or the sun or the stars, I'm not sure. But I see that you are going to be fine no matter what, especially if you don't wind up with this person. You have a sort of like this rebirth. This new door is going to be opening for you, and it is a door to say that you will be like protected and loved and guarded, and there's just a lot of beauty and peace and security in this card, and I really like it. But this isn't a bad card either. So anyway, gonna leave the reading here. I hope you liked it. Please comment, like, subscribe, and just interact with my channel any way you can. It really does help me. And I do have a lot of readings, and I continue to do them. So I hope there's another one that's maybe more enjoyable for you. Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye. This is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This is a reading about love and relationships. The last two were just very, very heavy, so I couldn't say where this one's going, but yeah, it's just been very interesting. But this is basically if you're not with someone and you want to be together with someone, back with someone, together for the first time, or if you want them back, basically this is like what it would take, what they want from you. Just yeah. Okay. I am kind of still reeling from these last two readings. So, okay, this is the top card. This was here for the deck, and this is your signifier card, and this is who you are to them, how they see you. And I'm just going to say, I haven't turned this card over. I don't know what it is, but it was a very heavy card in the last two readings. So just brace yourself. It might be that again. But okay, so Wheel of Fortune, not bad. This is almost like to me, this is like the Wheel of Fortune, there's a karmic piece to it. There's this like almost anything can happen, or what's meant to be will be. Things that the events will unfold in exactly the manner they're supposed to. So I think they see you as someone like, if you guys are supposed to be together, they will know it. It will happen. You're kind of that, but there's a hopeful message here. Like, it's not just like, oh, I don't want to be with them, but if I'm shown I'm supposed to be, I will be. I think it's more of like, there's a hope here. There's a hope that things could work out, but they're not going to stress it. You are kind of that person that makes them feel like if it's meant to be, it'll be. And I think there's a relaxing piece to that. Like there's this, they're trusting in basically divine timing. They're not tripping. Okay. I like this, and we'll definitely get more on it. I'm going to get some oracle cards right now to kind of highlight some things here. So this card's going to represent what they want from you. What, just something that they want from you. And this is success. So this is sweet. This is the sweetest thing we've seen so far today. And this orange, this kind of like go with your, it's like this guttural, sacral kind of message. I do think they want to see you pursue what you're supposed to be pursuing. And just looking at these two cards together, it's like they don't want to stand in your way. They want you to go after, whether it's that career, whether it's starting a family, whatever it is. I think they want you to do you. And if you guys are meant to be, it will absolutely work out. But I don't think they want to see you make any sacrifices necessarily for them right now. It is your turn to go after and pursue exactly what you want, your dreams, your direction. But so far, I would think that they would want to be a part of this. They just really don't want to hold you back in any way. And I do think that they see this as like I don't want to say if we're meant to be, we'll be one more time, but it's just this, like, they're not worried about it. I think they actually think you guys are going to work out and be together, and they want you to relax into it, like starting to really go after what you've, I have a feeling, worked so hard on, what you want, what you desire, even if it means something that like maybe in the short term would pull you guys apart, like a move or a career or starting school or something. Like they don't want you to trip on that. Okay. These are three like things maybe that they want from you, or that can help something to work on. We'll just get a message here because, okay, so we have boot, we have gong, and we have tortoise. And there is very much a message here of them wanting to see you succeed, wanting to see you pursue things. They want to see you go after it. They want whatever that means. And this could mean that, again, you have to travel for something. You have to maybe leave for a short amount of time or whatever. They want you to do this because I think they really, really do care about you. And I think it's instrumental in you guys like moving forward and having a future together. There's this like, they don't want to hold you back from something that you want, because that would then down the road, not be ideal or whatever. But they're excited for you. This is exciting for both of you, and they absolutely want to see you pursue this. So if this speaks to you at all, then yeah. And this doesn't have to be like this epic, like you're getting called to Antarctica to like test the glaciers. Like it could just be, oh, I'm getting promoted to manager and I have to leave for 2 weeks to do a training, or 2 days. Like make it relative, but that's the message that I'm getting from that. So yeah, I think it's a good one. I want to see how they see you, like if they think about you, if they're with you, how do they see you? What's their thing that they see for you? Temperance, Queen of Cups, and Two of Wands. This deck is very basic and minimal. So if you don't know the meaning of these cards and you turn a card over, you almost don't know what to do with yourself. But I do know the meaning of these cards. And I think they do see you as really as balanced, as strong, as confident. I think they see you as very confident. I think they see you as someone who, and if I can see you, I don't think you're like a risk taker. I think you're a planner. I think you're someone who analyzes the data. I don't think you like just move through life willy-nilly. This person might, and it might be a beautiful contrast. You guys might be these like amazing opposites that attract. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But you to me seem very like kind of almost regimented, practically predictable, but you are always like studying the situation. You're probably very smart. You're very, just there's a balance to you. And the thing is, like, I hear myself say this in other readings when I describe someone that's kind of like this, and it sounds so unsexy, but it actually is very sexy because it's you're capable, you're confident, you believe in yourself, you trust in your judgment, you know yourself, like you trust yourself enough to make secure decisions. Like there's just this part of you that's just very stable. And I think you have, if you lack confidence in some departments, when it comes to ones about like kind of really pursuing something and like knowing yourself, like your innermost self, your core, who you are, where you want to go, where you see yourself headed, I just don't think you sit around and question those things. You might constantly be like analyzing them, but you're not questioning. And this person really, really admires that about you. So yes, and I do think they probably see you as being, this is something that deeply attracts them to you. And yeah, I think they really, really, I just think they're really into you and they support you and they're like your biggest fan. This is going to be a card of kind of what, if you guys were to get, it's funny because as I do this reading, I think, okay, you guys aren't together and I don't necessarily understand it because it does seem like you guys are very in tune and this person really, really likes you and is very much into you. So maybe if you aren't together, you're kind of like taking a break to really figure out a direction. If you aren't together based on these cards, I feel like you guys should be, or at least you should be like, we're going to get back together when. It just seems like there's a lot here. There's a lot of love and support and kind of like admiration, but in a very positive way. So that all seems to be here. Okay, this is, I guess, if you were to get back together, what they'd want from you, or it might be something you already have that they really love about you. We'll see. But this is Grace. And I really have to say, I think they see you. I think they love this about you. I think that you are someone that can bounce back pretty quickly. I think you are someone that is like, there's this capability, there's this ability and capability. There's someone who is like well studied, well versed, well read, but like you know what you need to do to succeed, and not just like from a work standpoint, but I think in general in life, I think you make good decisions, you plan things, and I just don't think if you were to look at your whole, it wouldn't look chaotic. Your life looks very beautiful. You are this like just well-oiled machine. And again, this is so beautiful and sexy and eloquent. There's this eloquence to you, and grace is such a beautiful, strong word. If anyone's partner ever describe them as being full of grace or being graceful, there's this beautiful component that goes along to it, and there's just this eloquent piece to it, and I absolutely think they love this about you and see this in you and just admire it. So I like this, and also this person seems to be wearing like a mask or showing another face, and I do think they also see you as this sort of multi-dimensional, like kind of fascinating creature. There are different layers to you. You're not just someone who pursues things. You're not just a go-getter. You're also, you know, a beautiful human. You're also sexy to them. You're also desirable. You're also like, could be a great wife or husband or mother or father or whatever. Like, I just think there's a lot of other depth to you and things that they see in you that are just appealing and interesting. And so if you guys aren't together right now, which I would have to kind of assume you're not, I don't know if it's because you said, I need to figure things out. I need to make sure this is the right move. I need to make this decision with a clear head. I don't know what it is, but I mean, this is by far like the most positive reading of the day. So I do feel like you guys seem to have something and could really, really work and have something beautiful. So this is sweet and hopeful. And okay, this is, if you guys get together, I feel like this is going to be a short reading because it's so positive that the message here is very much that they just admire you and would kind of almost do whatever it took to see you happy and settled, and then they could kind of like be a part of that. I want to actually, before I turn these cards over, I want to see your person in a couple cards. Like, let me see them, because like, are they a saint? Like, who are they? Who is this person? So here's one card. We've got Three of Pentacles. I couldn't tell you which way is up or down. I really don't know. And the Ace of Cups. So your person in two cards is, I do think they're accomplished. I do think maybe they're so willing to have you, or eager to have you establish yourself, because maybe they are already established, and they just want that for you as well. I do see them as being someone who is seen and recognized and who works hard. I think they're confident. I don't think they're clinging to you like they want to ride your coattails and all, or they just, you know, want you to invite them along everywhere you go because they have nothing else to do. I think they're probably pretty strong and sufficient in their own right. I just see you guys as being a very solid match. Also, Ace of Cups, I think they're lovely. I think they're romantic. I think they're sweet. I think they let you know how they feel about you. I really think like they care so much for you. And it's almost like they just, I don't want to say worship because it has a negative connotation, but like they just worship you. They just think you're heaven. They have you on a pedestal, but I think you deserve to be there. I think you guys have a lovely balanced dynamic, and I just see all good things for you guys as a couple. So why you're not together, I don't know. What kind of a break you're taking, if you ever really were together. Maybe this is like a colleague or someone you've just gotten to know very well, or like a classmate or something. I don't know, but I just think you guys could do very well together. So this is going to be a card to show if you guys do get together or back together, what that would look like. And this will be a card to say, like, if you don't, for whatever reason, that'll be fine, and here's what that will look like. But I almost want to assign this something different, because this feels very different to me. Like, I feel like if you want this, this person wants to be with you. So let's just first turn this card over to show what it would look like if you guys were together. And we have standstill. And it's funny because it's not there's nothing bad about it, but there is something kind of like, well, it's almost melancholy. There is light shining on this. There is this kind of like almost blurry, I think. What do I get from this card? Because I'm going to look at it and like, what do I feel? Like, what do I really feel when I look at this card? It isn't melancholy, but there's a stillness. There is almost like a now what? Like, okay, so we're together, now what? I'm going to get another card to this, because I kind of see you guys together. I see you guys having this strong, very like graceful, beautiful connection. And so to have the word standstill be applied to like what it would look like if you guys got together is not bad, but it's not particularly exciting either. So let me see how we can explain this. And because I think like there would be a pause. It would be a time to take a breath. It would be like this is beautiful. where do we go from here? Like there would be this reassessing, this, yeah, like what now? Almost like there's this potential, there's this doorway, there's this rainbow kind of hanging over you. And there is a bit of that feeling in this card. This card is beautiful. I'm taking back the melancholy, but it's just, there's a stillness here. Let's get one more card to see what that would look like to kind of work off this standstill piece. And we have purity. And purity is, you know, absolutely positive. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't imply tremendous, like, shouting from the rooftops excitement, but I do think you guys would have this, like, this grace, this clarity, this time to really assess. Maybe you rebuild, maybe you, I don't know. And maybe if you guys have never been together, like, who knows, maybe you know each other's families or each other's significant others from the past. Like, there could be things that make this a little more complicated, hence why maybe you're not together right now. There could be a complex layer to this, but I still see, like, love and respect here on so many levels. And I feel like there is this, if you guys are supposed to be together, then yes, you will, and it will work. And just because you got together, it doesn't mean that everything will unfold in that minute. There may be some assessing, and you may really have to figure out where to go. But I do think that it would be very, like the union between you two would be right. It would be like you guys are supposed to be together. It was supposed to happen, hence the Wheel of Fortune. And there is this cleanness to it, this rightness, this, and who knows, maybe just getting together, you still wouldn't be able to rush into things. There might be respect that might be need to be given to another party or another, like, piece. Anyway, so I do think this is good, but it implies a not rushing in, even if you were together. And if, I don't even want to say if you guys don't get together, because I just feel like you're absolutely going to. So I'm going to put a different spin on this card. I'm just going to say, like, your future, your near future, here's what it looks like with or without this person. I'm going to say that. But this is inner trust. And this really, I mean, this says to me, like, if this is your person, maybe it's been a bit of a ride, maybe it's taken time, maybe you've really had to wait this out, but this is that you've made the right decision. You trusted in your gut, you trusted in who you are, you did the right thing, you saw it through. There's very much this sense of, like, it also coincides to me with the Wheel of Fortune card, this, like, you did what you were supposed to do. This is there's a peacefulness here. There's a purity to this card. There's a absolute, like, it's unapologetic, but it's someone who acts in grace. It's someone who, I want to say, does the right thing. It's a very confident but good energy, and you trust in your decision. So whatever that is, you will sleep sound because you did the right thing. And I hope the right thing is something that makes you happy and serves you and has shown you the direction and the path that you want to be on. And I really do hope this works, because I see so many reasons why it should and could and probably will. And this is hopefully a lovely layout of what it could look like. Okay, I hope you liked this. These have been 4 of the kind of most bizarre readings. Actually, I think the first one was, like, totally normal, and this one's great, actually. But anyway, the last 2 were something else. So thank you so much. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or comment, please do all those or one of those things. It just helps my channel grow. And if this reading really did speak to you, then it could speak to others, and that would really help me. So thank you very much. And I'm always doing these readings. I have a bunch on my channel, so please check them out. And I hope to read for you again. Thank you. Goodbye.